Hello everybody. Almost the entire Indian subcontinent has started to see patients affected with COVID-19 in every state because of the second wave. Almost each one of us have started to encounter patients affected with COVID-19 either in our family circles or in our friend circles. So at this juncture, the ICMR, Indian Council for Medical Research, has given some useful guidelines for the doctors and the entire community regarding home isolation and care for asymptomatic and mild disease of COVID-19 infections. Okay. In this video, we shall see the basics about what is meant by asymptomatic COVID disease or mild COVID disease and how to give home care and isolation for those patients. What about the food and medicines, how to do simple breathing exercises, what is meant by proning, self-proning, how is it important, and how to monitor those affected with COVID-19 and being at home care, and what are the alarming symptoms or signs that if present we should seek immediate medical help. And this video is for a general awareness for those infected with mild COVID disease or asymptomatic individuals who are advised home care and isolation, and for those caregivers who are taking care of the patient to have a basic awareness about the disease and the precautions they should take. Regarding who are the fit candidates for the home care and how long they should be in home care and isolation strictly, and what are the do's and don'ts, all these things are decided by your treating doctor as per the government laid guidelines and protocols. And it is important that you should stay in connection with the doctor through a telephone or a mobile phone. Okay. What is a mild COVID disease or an asymptomatic COVID disease? Asymptomatic patients are those who have been confirmed with lab tests as COVID positive, but they do not have any symptoms and they do not have hypoxia, that is their oxygen saturation is above 94%. Whereas mild disease patients are those who have upper respiratory tract symptoms or fever or both without hypoxia or difficulty in breathing. Okay. So, what are the basic steps we should know in treating a patient at home with home care and isolation? Regarding the rooms and spaces, the patient who is affected with asymptomatic or mild disease should be given a well ventilated separate room with separate bathroom and toilet if possible, and suppose if that is not possible, give a well ventilated space in a big room, and others should maintain a physical distance of about 6 feet from the patient, and the bathroom and toilet should be well washed and cleaned as appropriate with relevant chemicals, detergents and disinfectants. All those persons at home should wear proper medical grade masks. It is advisable for the patient and the caregiver to wear N95 masks, and the person should, family members should change their mask every 8 hours or if needed earlier. They should maintain at least 6 feet distance from the patient in order to prevent cross infection, and they should always maintain hand hygiene practices as and when required appropriately, and they should not touch their face, nose, mouth or eyes. The caregiver is a family member who is in good health with no underlying chronic medical conditions. So, the patient's food plates, utensils, bed linens, clothings, towels etc. should be kept separately, washed with soap and hot water with appropriate detergents and chemical agents, and then should be dried well in sunlight. So, the person who is doing such jobs should be wearing a proper gloves and mask while doing this job and dispose them appropriately and wear newer ones and stay safe always. Prevention of transmission of infection through the fomites and the surfaces. All those frequently touched surfaces like the table, chair, the door knobs, door locks, switches etc. should be first cleaned appropriately with soap water or detergents, Then it should be cleaned with disinfectant containing appropriately recommended concentrations of sodium hypochlorite solution or ethanol. Food and medicine. It is advisable for the patient to take protein rich food and foods that are rich in vitamins, minerals and antioxidants. Hydration is very important. The patient should stay well hydrated. A rough guide will be to see a colorless urine so that your water intake is sufficient. Regarding medicines, supplements, vitamin supplements like vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc can be taken, and as per your doctor's advice you can take paracetamol for fever, headache or body pain and antitussives for cough. And the patients on home care can very well take bath twice a day with soap and hot water, should change their clothes as and when they bath and as and when needed with fresh washed clothes. They should take care of the mental health, keep away from negativity. They should, if possible, meditate and get connected through social media or through phone calls with friends and relatives. Steam inhalations, we know already about the steam inhalation for the common cold, etc. So, the steam inhalation for the home care patients can be done with a combination of turmeric powder, neem leaves, tulsi leaves and sweet basil leaves. You can do it some 2 to 3 times per day as and when appropriate and tolerable. Breathing exercises. It is beneficial for these patients at home to do simple breathing exercises in order to expand your lungs to their full capacity and to open up newer alveoli which has been previously collapsed, so that you can increase the oxygen saturation in your blood and enhance your recovery. So, like this, you sit erect in a chair, don't lean back in your chair. Now, keep your left palm on your upper chest and right palm on your abdomen. Now, inhale deeply with your nose and feel your right hand on your abdomen moving outwards. Then, exhale slowly with your mouth open and now feel your right hand on your abdomen moving inwards. You can do this 4 to 5 minutes if possible, 4 to 5 times per day if possible. Self-proning. Proning is a scientific method advised by experts to increase the oxygen saturation in your blood. Let us see the basics of this. Anatomically, a huge portion of your lungs rests on the back, that is posterior part of your chest or the thorax. Those regions expand well only with prone position and not much with the supine position in which we usually lie. Let us see how to do this. You will need 4 to 5 pillows for this, one for the head, 1 to 2 for the chest and abdomen region support and 1 to 2 for your shins support. Stomach should not be full and don't do it for about an hour after your meals. Keep a track of any pressure sores or injuries, especially around the bony prominences. You can maintain in this position for about half an hour to 2 hours. Then you can change the positions, like lying in left lateral position and breathing well. Now you can feel your right lung expanding well. You can be in this position for about half an hour. Then again you can change your position to right lateral. Now breathe well and you can feel your left lung expanding well. You can maintain in this position for about half an hour or so. Then you can be in sitting up position for about half an hour. Again, repeat the steps by starting with the first step of lying on your stomach. So, important is that do it only as much as you can tolerate easily, and understand that the proning method is not for everybody. The persons who should avoid proning are the pregnant women, persons with deep venous thrombosis, persons who have major cardiac illnesses and patients who have major fractures. Monitoring at home. There are 4 important parameters that you should monitor for these patients. One is temperature, body temperature, pulse rate, SpO2 or the oxygen saturation in your blood. Fourth is the respiratory rate. You can easily measure your body temperature with a conventional or a digital thermometer. You can use a device called simple device which you can insert in your fingers to measure the pulse rate, that is an indirect measure of your heartbeats per minute, and the SpO2, the saturation, oxygen saturation in your blood. The fourth one, the respiratory rate, you can easily measure by yourself by keeping your palm over your abdomen and counting the number of times that the hand moves upwards or outwards per minute. Alarming symptoms and signs. During monitoring patients at home care and isolation, you should look for the following parameters like high grade fever or severe cough, particularly if lasting for more than 5 days, difficulty in breathing, respiratory rate going more than 24 or your oxygen saturation falling less than 94, persistent chest pain, mental confusion or inability to arouse. Okay. If such things appear, you should understand that it is a time for immediate medical attention and you should call your doctor and follow his advice. You may need an urgent hospitalization also. So friends, be safe everybody. Let us break this COVID transmission chain and save lives. Thank you.